Are you worried about someone you love? It could be a person, it could be a pet, maybe they're not feeling well physically, or they have a lot of chaos going on in their life and you're really worried about them. Then this video is for you. I will tell you what you can do. So yeah, again, the topic is you are worried about someone, pet, person, because of some kind of situation. And the thing is, when we're talking about manifesting, we're talking about different timelines in this multiverse. And this means that there is a version of your person or pet. I'm just going to say person. It could be a pet, okay? Anything. Of this person being well. Doesn't matter if it's mentally well, they have their dream job, or they're finding their dream job, or often it's mothers that are worried about their children. Maybe a child is experiencing mobbing or doesn't know what they want to do in their career, or they're with this boyfriend, girlfriend you don't like, or I don't know, you know that they're depressed, whatever it is. They're mental, they're maybe physically sick. If you can imagine them being happy and well, then only because this timeline exists in this multiverse. You know, we are living in a multiverse where there's different universes right next to one another in different timelines, and we constantly change. And it's not like in the movies that there's this portal opening up and you have to walk through that portal. It's we constantly change, and it is your inner beliefs that determine what is going on. So I'm saying this and I'm being very careful. I'm not trying to blame you, okay? It's very important. This is not about blame, but I'm just being blunt. You created them being that way, okay? Not consciously. It's not like the universe gave you a list. Do you want that beloved person to have problems? Check yes or no. And you said, oh yeah, that would be interesting. No, of course, it's not like that. You manifested them, and that could have several reasons. One of them is maybe, especially, I'm not a mom, but I'm a pet mom. I have 3 cats. You see them over there. You're worried about them. I mean, you want them to be well. And if that worry is like over proportional, then that could manifest in ordering the universe for them to not be well. Because if you have more fear than happiness when it comes to that specific person, something will happen that the universe will have to confirm your energy. Whatever is inside you will show on the outside, okay? And another reason could be, for example, you have like a helper syndrome and you like helping, and then the universe constantly has to give you situations where you can help, and it will constantly connect you with people who are not well, so you can experience yourself as somebody who likes to help. That could be another thing. And it's not bad to want to help people, but it shouldn't be in a way where we sacrifice ourselves, and because that could be like a limiting belief, and that would always manifest in you attracting people that need help, or people around you will constantly need your help, and then you worry about them. So what you can do, and I learned that when I did the Ho'oponopono practitioner and the advanced practitioner certificates, when I did that, it's Ho'oponopono, and you can use any other method. I'm just talking about Ho'oponopono because that's what gave me this idea for this video. When we learn about Ho'oponopono, it's an Hawaiian technique about forgiveness. It's basically 4 lines. It's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And what you do is you don't forgive any other person, you forgive yourself. You're talking basically to the divine for creating them that way, because you chose unconsciously, but you chose that timeline where that problem exists for whatever reason, and it will be a subconscious reason, because again, nobody would consciously probably check, yes, I want my beloved person to be sick or unhappy. Nobody would do that. However, if you're confronted with that version of them, some part hidden in your psyche or in your subconscious manifested that specific version of them. So what you can do is you override that program, and you can do it with Ho'oponopono. And the story is, there was this guy, I forgot his name, Hawaiian guy, a doctor in psychology, and he was he got a job at a men's prison, and it was a very, like, one of the worst prisons in that country. You know, it was known for having a lot of violent people, and there were lots of riots and fights and murders even within that prison. And he was like employed as a psychiatrist, and he was like, okay, but I'm not going to talk to the patients, to the inmates. Instead, he took their files and he did the Ho'oponopono, because he realized, I created them. There is a timeline where they don't have that problem, but I am in this timeline experiencing them, so I can clean that. He always said clean. I clean that. And he didn't even meet these people. He never spoke to them. He saw them maybe on the hallway, but he never spoke to one single one of them. He just sat down, he did the Ho'oponopono and changed them, because he basically shifted himself on a timeline where this problem no longer existed. Okay, so when we do Ho'oponopono or affirmations, you can do affirmations, you can do revision. Another amazing technique. You will find videos on revision when you type Neville Goddard revision on YouTube. You can do that. You can do the Ho'oponopono. You can do affirmations, whatever feels right for you, and you can work on your inner belief, on you perceiving that person having that problem. You can visualizing them, telling you, oh my God, I got my doctor's results, and whatever I had, it's completely gone. I'm feeling better than ever before. And you can visualize that scene over and over and over and over again. And you have to do it a lot, because you have to override the old programming. Or you can hear them say, oh my God, I finally got my dream job. Or your child telling you, I like to go to school now, I made new friends, and all of a sudden the kids are nice to me. Whatever it is, you can do the visualization, the daydreaming, you can do the affirmations, you can do the Ho'oponopono. And also another amazing tool is revision. You know, you revise that situation where you learned about that problem in the first place. And what will happen then is that you're not going to change that person, because time already happened. Okay, I always wondered myself, are we free or are we determined? And I do have a video about that where I go into depth about that question. And the solution I found after many years is, if everything already happened, that would imply we're strictly determined. However, there is something like free will, and that comes in play that, yeah, in one multiverse it has always been that way, in another one it's always been that way, and we change the multiverse that is matching our frequency. So in this multiverse where your person has that problem, they always had and always will have that problem, because again, time doesn't exist. It's like a computer program. That specific world will always have that person with that specific issue in that world. However, there is another version where your person doesn't have that problem and never had that problem but overcame it. Of course, there would be another one where the person never had that problem in the first place. You could change into that timeline as well. If you completely overwrite your old memories, that would be a bit more tough. But there is this timeline where your person overcame that problem, whatever it is. And what you would do is, when you work on your own subconscious, your affirmations, whatever, you would change into the timeline where you will make the experience of your person recovering or becoming happy. And again, the old version of them, you won't change them. You can't change them, but you can change your own experience. And if we worry about someone because we love them, we don't want to make the experience of worrying about them. We want them to be happy. We want to make the experience of our loved ones to be happy, to live their dream life, right? Because that is what's making us feel good as well. When there's love around us, when there's happy people around us, when our loved ones get their dream jobs, their dream girl or guy, and they're healthy and they got every financial situation they want or need. So whatever you can imagine, is that you shift into the timeline where you get to make the experience of your person recovering. Because in that specific timeline, that always has happened, and that always will have happened, even if you did not choose that timeline. So you don't change any situations, because again, it is fixed, and that timeline's always been like that, and that has always been like that. And then there's this timeline, this. You choose which experience you want to make. So you get to choose to see your children living happy. You get to choose to your pet getting really old. You get to choose to have your crush get their dream job, your dream house, whatever it is. You get to choose to make that experience of them being happy and then participating in their happiness by changing your timeline. So you cannot change another person. You cannot change the outcome per se, because again, it is fixed. You just change stepping in the timeline where you experience what you would like to experience, and not having to worry about your beloved. I hope this helped. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would suggest you to get into Neville Goddard's teaching, different timelines, the multiverse. If you want me to make videos on that, please comment below. I just thought there's so many videos on that out there that I want to add on and give you extra information than what you already find out there, and get my own twist on it, so you can hopefully profit from downloads I got from Spirit. So again, if you're interested in coaching, I am available, and I would love to talk to you. I love to see you in other videos. And of course, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, check out my other content. I've got a lot of good stuff out there, and I wish you all the best now. Bye bye.